Hello there, guys. It's a bit of a difficult situation this week, so I'm not in my room, so I'm out here, darkness, right here. Anyways, so I was playing the new game put out by Penny Arcade, the Precipice of Darkness 4. I know and I've never played one of their earlier games, and I was thinking, oh well, this is different, Final Fantasy style graphics. This looks kind of more like Final Fantasy 7, so maybe it'll turn out good. And then I realized it had like the modern JRPG style of extraneous dialogue, like this from the darkness to the other corner of the room, which is pretty big since this room is like a dining room and living room. So. And then also had enough of the horrible webcomic humor to just drive me away from that about now we're in. So due to the fact that E3 happened recently, I decided, hey, you know what, E3 hype massacre. Oh, you know what, this year there's a new console generation, so I might as well just massacre that. So Microsoft and its Xbox franchise has been doing good since. Did very well last generation with the 360, and just almost as well in the previous generation, only topped by the GameCube, depending on who you ask. I say it's the PS2, but that's just me. Well, this time we have the Xbox One, the most retarded name ever. I mean, seriously, it's not singular because it's the third Xbox console. The first one was 2 generations ago. The second was the 360. Now we got this guy, Microsoft, Bill Gates. You guys are pretty good at this. You guys should know what to do by now. I'm getting off track. Well, here is the features. It has a custom 8-core 86X CPU, a 500 gigabyte hard drive, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and Wi-Fi. I'll get back to the Xbox. It also has, and then we have the PS4. Single chip 8-core AMD Jaguar custom low power, 86X to 64 APU, and with a Radeon-based graphics engine, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and a Blu-ray optical disc drive, just like the last console. Both have custom AMD chips. Sony currently has the graphics edge in this generation. And Microsoft is moving from PowerPC setup, meaning it's losing all backwards compatibility. Well, that kind of sucks. I personally don't own an Xbox 360, but my stepbrother does, and I'm thinking, he might be upset that he can't play any Dead Island games because he kind of likes those. It's like, really, Microsoft, that backwards compatibility is kind of like the norm. And Sony announced that it is going to have backwards compatibility, unless I'm misunderstanding what I have read. So, point for Sony. Graphics don't matter. I'm not going to count those in this. So we have 1 point for Sony, 0 for Xbox One. The Xbox One is going to require every 24 hours reconnecting to the internet, which means you have to have constant internet connection. The same problem we had with SimCity, the new one, where you have to be online 24/7. Sony PS4, on the other hand, is not. 2 for Sony, 0 for Xbox One. The Xbox One is going to have a constant surveillance using the Kinect, which is going to have to be connected all the time, and it is going to film you 24/7 even while the console is off. And at the same time, it is going to charge you. It charges an extra fee for Netflix. So, $60 a month. People are trying to justify Xbox One for this. Seriously, I understand it's a popular console. I understand there are popular things that have done this before, but just because it's popular doesn't mean it's okay. People, you have to understand that just because you're popular doesn't mean you can do crazy shit and expect it to pass. What if, like, I don't know, Neil Patrick Harris, like, walked into a preschool and shot up the place with a freaking shotgun, would it be okay because he's popular? No, it would not be okay. Okay, I've calmed down enough to go back to talking about the consoles. It is also going to charge you extra if you have more than one person playing the game. If you lend the game to someone, then they're going to have to pay an extra fee. If you buy a used game, you're not only going to have to pay for the used game, but you're also going to have to pay the full price for the game after you buy it. Microsoft, you're smart. You know, I use a PC. I'm using a PC right now. My iPad is resting on a PC. I use my iPad to film. Don't judge me. I don't own a camera. I know. Just look at this. Look, Windows 7. I'm not even sure if that registered in the shot, but I don't really care. So, no, that's just the stuff. You know, when I was turning back, I thought I saw like this light coming from behind me. I was afraid I was gonna get like murdered by some machine. Hard reset. I don't know. Anyways, guys, it's like really Microsoft. Everyone's been bashing this console, and I'm joining in because this is just like I could kick this thing till it dies. This is just you're making it too easy for me, Microsoft. I'm getting the PS4. I'll be completely honest. I might even get Wii U before I get Xbox One. Speaking of the Wii U, I do believe I've mentioned all of the things that these consoles are doing. So let's just move on to the Wii U. The Wii U by far has the lowest graphics quality, although it did come out earlier on, and it was the first to keep its backwards compatibility. Originally, the PS4 was not. To my knowledge, it is now. So, I mean, honestly, I don't care about graphics. I played RuneScape for the longest time. I could care less about graphics. It has that gigantic tablet thing. I don't own a Wii U. I own a Wii. I play Guitar Hero on it. And I play like NFL. Don't judge me. Look at my Steam library sometime. And it's like I buy a Wii U. It's got some more hardcore titles going down on it. It's not, and it dropped that stupid motion control business that Xbox One is carrying around just so that they can monitor you. And the PS4 looks like it's bringing some sort of camera thing in. I'm not sure. Okay, so you got that. Okay, Wii U, it's got that gigantic tablet thing. Most of the games are single player. Even the games, like the Lego games, generally have like 2-player co-op, is going single player. Alright. Now that we've talked about actual gaming on these consoles, oh yes, I believe the Gears of War sequel is going out on PS4. I'm not giving anyone a point for that. If anything, that's a point for Xbox One. I mean, it introduced cover-based shooting, which I don't know. Imagine I'm the first-person shooter genre, and this is Gears of War. See what I mean here? Okay, I'm just not a fan of cover-based shooting. I prefer run, gun, fun, Painkiller, not Quake, Duke Nukem 3D, those games. You remember when games were fun? Remember those times? Remember when we didn't have fat Space Marines going from cover to cover? Another rant for another time. Anyways, so now we've talked about games, we can move on to the non-gaming thing of game consoles, which you would think it would be non-existent because these things are gaming consoles, and the word gaming is implied to be a main feature. Okay, PS4 and Wii U are keeping it as a main feature. The PS4 is keeping its thing from the PS3, where it's also a Blu-ray player. You know, cool, fine. You know, it's not like you're making this one your main selling point. That I'm completely fine with that. Wii U, I don't think it has any non-gaming um, op things, unless of course they decide to bring back the internet browser, which cool. That's fine. I mean, I'm sure I just need to stop halfway through Guitar Hero to watch YouTube videos of cats. Yeah. Or I could play a less shitty game. Nothing against Guitar Hero. Just most of the Wii titles. Anyways. It's more of Xbox One, guys. It's a gaming console. Gaming console. Gaming console. Why are you charging us a subscription fee for Netflix? Maybe Xbox Live. Okay, Xbox Live, I'm fine with it. It's your gaming thing. You wanted that. Fine, it's yours. You can have that. You can have Xbox Live. You can have it all you want. But charging us the subscription fee for frickin' Netflix? No. No, that is the line. That is the line that is being drawn. It's the figurative line. Now, moving on to the next Xbox One non-gaming main selling point. What they are doing is they have an idea where they're saying you can watch your movie while buying tickets to the sequel. I shit you not. This is their main selling point. Their main selling point is not the games on it. It's not the hardware. It's the fact that you can watch movies and TV shows on it. Xbox One, why art thou a heartless bitch? Microsoft, I've been with you for a while. I've only used PCs. I haven't touched up Mac. I mean, true. I didn't really use an Xbox, but you know, it was a PlayStation household. I get that. You know, it's fine. I still have my own PS2. I know it's bad, but really, you have the largest fan base. Okay. So I have these here for the sake of example. Okay, well, let's just say this is the Virtual Boy. I'm going to move my camera back, and I'm going to take a few steps back. Maybe turn on the light while I'm at it. Okay, for all intents and purposes, let's just say that this is a graph. For all intents and purposes, this is the failure of the Virtual Boy. Okay? Now let's just say this is the failure of the Jaguar console that boasted 64 bits and had 3-bit graphics. Now let's just say that this is the failure of the Kinect and its horrible motion control protection. Now let's just say that, oh, you know, I'm running out of things. This is the failure for the Xbox One. The single biggest failure in all of gaming. Bigger than the Virtual Boy, bigger than the Kinect. Seriously. You've already lost customers, and the console's not even out yet. Guys, it's not hard. All you have to do is make games. You gotta make games. You gotta make hardware. That is what gaming consoles are for. Take the GameCube. It was the most successful of 2 generations ago. It had the backing of the fact that it was Nintendo. Being the fact, and anything that is Nintendo automatically gets a golden ride. Even the Wii did, for the beginning. The console of the last generation that was the most successful was the 360. You had the superior hardware, you had the superior fan base. Well, not superior fan base, I was tired of getting called a faggot and COD, but that's any first-person shooter made by cover-based mechanics, and I'll figure out another name for those later on. And you guys were like the best. You had the Xbox Live, and whenever I tried arguing with people that the PS3 was better, they would always laugh at me. You know, I was always saying, and then I had to bring up PC Master Race, not to make myself look like an ass. I remember those days. Those days were weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, before E3 and the Xbox One announcement of lack of gaming. Seriously, guys, it's like you guys are you guys allergic to success? Are you? I mean, really. Come on, guys. If all else fails, just hire Hideo Kojima. At least then you'll fail, but it won't be as badly. I mean, he might just add 600 text interfaces, but it's better than being monitored. Big Brother is watching. So all in all, it depends on what you want. Do you want to have your life enslaved by Microsoft? If so, then go for Xbox One. Do you want the superior graphics the console's superior graphics, backwards compatibility, and possibly even more hardcore titles than anything else? Go for the PS4. If you are looking for a more casual gaming console, although with a few hardcore titles from the last generation, as well as a few of its own, and of course your beloved Mario and Zelda titles, as well as perhaps another Metroid game, further humiliating our beloved protagonist, then go for the Wii U. Personally, I'm going to the PS4, possibly the Wii U as well, because I feel bad for Nintendo. Catch you guys next week. Sorry about the lateness of this video. Goodbye.